The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, new set, same ugly hosts. We're going to take a tour of Apopka. We're going to go to Ocala. It's going to be a great show. What is going to happen in the Central Florida real estate market in 2024? It's all just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. I'm attorney Justin Clark. If you're in debt and find yourself living paycheck to paycheck, call me now or visit youhavepower.com today. Welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, check. Seasoned investor, check. Looking to sell your home, you're at the right place. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses, all from your living room, with my attorney advice out the way. Any questions whatsoever during the program, I've got you covered. Phone number right here, 407-205-0400. You want to get pre-approved, you want to start your house hunt for your dream home this weekend. Dallas Lehman standing by to get you pre-approved right now at that very same phone number. Super fired up for this show today. But first, the opening statement. As you can see, the set fairy joined us today. We talked with our production team, Philip especially, about, I think I want a new set. And I literally walked in today to this new set. The set fairy showed up. I'm so happy. You did a beautiful job. Here's what we're going to talk about today, though. It is a new year. Everyone's talking about the rates coming down. What is that going to do to the property values? Is your house price going to go up? Is it going to cost you more to buy a house? We're going to address all of that. Also, we'll debut a new segment today. So many different towns, so many different neighborhoods in Central Florida. We're going to visit them every week with Viv on the street, but we kick it off today with our very good friend joining us again. Ben Aicher's here, LPT, the Buckley Group. Ben, how are you, sir?
Great, thanks for having me back.
So you're the first guest on the new set, so congratulations. I think Dallas planned that. Dallas loves you, as you can tell. I don't know if it's because you guys play golf together or if he's trying to get you to take it easy on him. I don't know, but welcome. I'm happy to have you here for the first guest. What is going to happen this year in this real estate market? I know you don't have a crystal ball, but what do you think is going to happen?
So I'm seeing that the pool of buyers is just going to get larger and larger. So as we have, rates continuing to come down over the last few months, inventory starting to come up, we're just going to have more people that are in the game and ready to go.
So let's say that you're a buyer right now. You're thinking about buying. You're renting a house. You're like, I'm going to buy a house this year, but I'm going to wait a little bit to see how things shake out. What are the dangers in waiting right now as a buyer?
So right now, when we're talking about rates coming down a little bit over the next few months, all that's going to do is increase competition in the buyer pool, right? So in a time like right now, before rates do drop, we have an opportunity where we're able to get closing cost credits. We're able to get maybe a little bit money off the sales price versus being in competition with all these other buyers that are looking for the same thing.
I was thinking about this on the way over here to the studio today. We talked with you last year about, date the rate, buy the house. And I'm thinking about all those people who went ahead and bought mid to late last year. Maybe their rate was 7, maybe their rate was 8. They're already thinking about refinancing. As these rates have come down, now they locked in a price that was pretty good back then, but now they're already ready to refinance. And I think that's just a perfect example of why you date the rate and you fall in love with the house, though, right?
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. And
you work a lot, you work all through Central Florida, but you really specialize in that southwest Volusia County area, and you've got a couple of listings that are on the market right now. I want to talk about those. This is both in Daytona, actually. Sandy Circle, tell me about this one.
Yeah, so we have 213 Sandy Circle in South Daytona. This is a beautifully remodeled 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, just under 1,400 square feet, has direct access to the Intercoastal Waterway. Yeah, with 65 feet of water frontage there. And it is VRBO, Airbnb ready, so you're all good there if you're looking for an investment. Very, very close to the beach, and it's being offered right at $589,000.
So when I'm buying a house, let's say I'm going to buy that property as an investment property, I do want to Airbnb it. Should I be asking my agent or the other agent to show me rental history?
Yeah, I think that's a strong idea. Another good idea is to have your agent really look into what's renting in the area to give you a strong projection on, hey, what can this property rent for on a nightly basis?
Yeah, if you'd like to see this property, Ben will show it to you right now, 407-205-0400. Also in Daytona, it's I'm going to butcher it probably, Dalmaso?
Dalmaso. So we have 1180 Dalmaso Drive in Daytona Beach. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, just under 1,300 square feet. Has a 2-car garage. The roof is newer, just under a 1/4 acre lot. And this is priced right at $270,000. Just hit the market.
270. You can't hardly find anything at 270 these days, right? I mean, that is a competitive price. That'll go quickly, I imagine.
Yeah, and you're only 12 minutes away from the beach too.
How do the prices in Volusia County compare to prices in Orange County?
You're going to have a little bit of a lower average price point in that West Volusia area. As you get a little bit closer to the beach, obviously beachfront properties are, a little bit of an anomaly, but you're going to be able to get a little bit more value for your money in that West Volusia area.
West Volusia. I know I've been talking about, I call it Southwest Volusia, the Deltona. Everyone's moving to DeBerry, it seems like, as well. DeBerry is on fire. I think there's still a bang for your buck in Volusia County, and I think you're the guy to talk to. We obviously support the Buckley Group because not only me, Vivian, Michaela, Dallas, we were all at your holiday party this year. He did a good job, huh?
Yeah, that was a great time.
It was a lot of fun. So the rest of this year, what do you think will happen? I know you're not a mortgage guy. What do you think is going to happen with the rates, though? What are you hearing?
So, the Fed has already alluded to, a few rate cuts for this year. So that should result in, interest rates falling a little bit more, which again is just going to increase the buyer pool. It should bring values up a little bit as well.
Yeah.
So
when you work with someone who's a first-time home buyer, and there are a lot of first-time home buyers out there, a lot of people renting, and they're just tired of these rental rates, and these landlords are jacking up rent. It's crazy what's happening to the rental prices out there. When you work with a first-time home buyer, a lot of times they don't have a lot of cash sitting around yet, and that's understandable. It's hard, right? Life is tough, we get that. What is kind of the lowest amount of down payment I can have to really get into my first home?
So really 0% if you're VA.
Yeah.
If you're looking at a property that has USDA financing available, so in rural areas, things like that, you can actually get into a home for nothing down.
Really?
And if you're paired with a good agent, we can get some of those closing costs covered for you, and your out-of-pocket cost is going to be pretty minimal. Aside from that, if you're not looking in a rural area or if you're not a veteran, you can get into a home with as little as 3% down.
Things have changed so quickly since COVID hit, really, and we've seen the market go insane, and it was such a seller's market that a buyer really couldn't ask for any concessions whatsoever. What are you seeing now as a buyer? Can I go in and make an offer on a house and say, hey, I want the seller to pay closing costs, I want to do this, that? Is there a negotiation now when it comes to buying a house?
Yes. So we have seen that for the past few months as well. Kind of what we were talking about a little bit before with rates, what I see in the future is that could change a little bit. So right now in this very moment, yes, there are opportunities where you're able to get some closing cost credits. You're able to get a price reduction off the purchase price of the home. However, that might change in the next few months.
Yeah, I guess we'll see, because I don't know. I think this year is going to be super competitive. I think that everyone that keeps coming up to me saying the market's going to tank, we're going to have a foreclosure crisis, I'm feeling just the opposite. I think this is going to be an incredibly strong year for real estate in Central Florida and really the whole state of Florida. I really do.
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Ben, good to see you, buddy. Tell Matt Buckley we said hello, and I owe you golf, but now you owe me basketball. But if you could see how much taller this guy is than I am, I don't know. I think I could outshoot you, but I don't necessarily want to guard you either.
We'll get that pick and roll down.
Ben Aicher, great job. Here's what we'll do, a very quick break. When we return, let's go to Apopka. Let's tour Apopka as you have real estate today. Do I ever have a very special gift for you today? Compliments our good friends over at Universal Roof and Contracting. 15% off your roofing job. The roof is the most important part of your house. No doubt about it. Welcome my good friends as always, Justin and Corey. Hi, how are you today?
Good, man, good. Thank you.
Roof is the most important part of the house, but sometimes deciding who your roofing company is going to be is the most important decision as well. Culture is everything. Sure. When determining who's going to do your roofing job, Universal, the culture over there blows me away. Trustworthy. Tell me about the culture at Universal.
Yeah, 30 years in the making, right? Family-owned, veteran-owned, same name and ownership over the past 3 decades. We're so proud to be so rooted in Orlando, and we have offices in Jacksonville and Southwest Florida. But the honest approach, the integrity we carry, working transparently with insurance companies and homeowners alike. We approach roofing the way an honest company really should.
Trusted by some of the biggest sports teams in Florida as well.
That's right. That's right. We this past season we were the one of the partners with the Jacksonville Jaguars, which was awesome. They had a great season this year too. And then just coming next month, the XFL, the Orlando Guardians. We are the official roofer for the Orlando Guardians, so we're excited to go out to those games and see everybody there. So it'll be great.
A roof can be expensive. You created great programs to make this roof not cost prohibitive for me.
Yeah, I mean, last thing we're going to do is take food off people's plates to afford a roof. So we have a ton of flexible financing plans that just keeps things very liquid for homeowners, even if they don't want to use their own money, even if they have it at the time, you know, so we offer that as well for every roof replacement.
I have this QR code on the screen right now. Get your phone out or go to their website, but the QR code will go directly to Justin and Corey, and literally you get 15% off. But guys, you're going to come to my house and tell me what I really need, honestly.
Absolutely, yeah. Free inspection, first of all. It does cost nothing for us to come out. We're going to sit down with you, hear what you like about your roof, what you don't like about your roof, what problems you've had, and come up with a custom scope of work that makes sense for you.
Always a pleasure to see you both. There's only one company we trust when it comes to roofing. That is Universal Roof and Contracting. Welcome back to the show. I was having my roof replaced actually over the break. My good buddies Justin and Corey with Universal Roof and Contracting. We were sitting outside watching the work get done, and they said, look, Justin, there's so many communities, so many towns in Central Florida. You really need to take the show on the road. And I was like, I guess. I don't know. I don't know why you guys are giving me more work to do, but I thought it was a great idea. And they said, not only do we believe in this, we will sponsor this segment. Let's take You Have Real Estate on the road. And I said, all right, look, if you're going to sponsor it, let's do it. And I have so much faith in Universal Roof and Contracting. I love them. You should see my house now. It looks like a brand new house with a new roof. And so what did I do? What did we decide to do? Vivian Lehman, who's been a part of the show from the beginning, really said, look, I'll go out. I will go on the road. So without further ado, brought to you by Universal Roof and Contracting, it is Viv in the neighborhood.
So we're currently in a location called Field of Fame. Field of Fame has several fields, but most importantly, there's this great amphitheater that is used by the local residents, and there's fireworks and concerts. And then on my left, you have this gorgeous lake, and I'll give you a little bit of the shots of the fields here. So they have soccer, lacrosse, football, baseball. I'm going to interview Angela Deems, who is a resident and business owner locally, and she can tell you why she loves Apopka so much.
For us, it was definitely the home prices. You get a lot more for your money. It was close to my husband's job. You can hop right on the 429, right on the turnpike. It's just really close proximity to everything. And we have some amazing, beautiful national parks here. There's Magnolia Park, which there's miles and miles of lakefront. You can bike, you can walk, you can run. Tons of animals, nature. Photographers come from all over the world there to shoot pictures of nature. And there's also Kelly Springs and Rock Springs, which is a clear spring. You can jump on your inner tube. You can rent one of the clear canoes and do a clear canoe tour. It's just beautiful.
I left Apopka secure in my knowledge that there is affordable housing in Central Florida. Not only is the area known for its outdoor activities because of the surrounding parks like Kelly Park and Rock Springs Ridge, but they're also a farming community. There are fern plantations and orange groves. And the median income is roughly about $70,000. And the median home price last year, 2023, was $368,000. Obviously the builders agree because there's a ton of new communities popping up in the area. If you enjoyed the tour as much as I did, then please give us a call and we'll help you find your dream home.
Yeah, I love Apopka. A lot of people don't really spend a lot of time out there, but as you can see, Apopka is a great place. 3 Odd Guys Brewing, my absolute favorite place to have a beer. And someone else who knows a lot about Apopka is our good friend Todd Schroth. He's EXP, of course.
Yes.
Hi, Todd. Good to see you, buddy. How you been?
Thanks.
I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, thanks
I've been
for having me
following
back.
you on social media, I guess, like everybody else. But Apopka is, everyone's heard of Apopka, but a lot of people haven't really spent a lot of time there. What are your thoughts on Apopka?
I mean, it's like that corridor that is just going to blow up, and it actually has blown up once the highway's gone through the 451 and 429. If you're looking for new construction, there's a ton of it going on out in Apopka right now.
And you have a couple listings here right in Apopka, right around Apopka.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what's on the market right now because I still do think Apopka, like Southwest Volusia County, I think you can still get a decent bang for your buck in Apopka. Let's start here on Duncan Trail. Tell me about this property.
Yeah, 215 Duncan Trail. It's a great little property overlooking the Sweetwater Country Club golf course. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Could be a 4th bedroom if you need a den or a home office. It's right around 1,900 to 2,000 square feet. We're at $520,000 on that one.
That's not a bad price,
No.
$520. Now, this next one.
That's the nice one.
I've already messed up one name today. I'm going to let you say the name of the street.
It's 5995 Lineal Beach.
Lineal Beach. Okay,
Yes.
you got it.
On Bear Lake.
And this is true lakefront living right
Yes.
here. Tell me about this property.
The minute you walk into that property, it's like the Lakeside Haven. You walk in and you are overlooking the lake. It makes you want to walk right through the back door, get on the boat, and spend the rest of the afternoon out there. Cook on the boat, whatever you can do to spend the rest of your evenings out there. But that's an amazing 5-3. It's a 3-way split plan, 2,800 square feet. It's all redone in 2015. And the owners just put in a brand new dock, over 500 square feet of sitting space on the water. And it's just an amazing property.
This is one of those properties that you look at and you think, I don't know that I'd really ever leave my house.
Right.
Do I really want to go to dinner when I can go sit on my dock and have dinner down there or grill in the backyard overlooking the lake? That is a stunning property. It really is. How long has this one been on the market?
It's been on the market about 2 months.
All right.
It's a different market when you get over $1 million.
That's right.
Yeah.
What are you, and by the way, if you'd like to see either of these properties, Todd will show them to you right now. 407-205-0400. We were talking earlier about 2024, what this real estate market is going to look like. You can agree with me, disagree, whatever.
Yeah.
I like to hear everyone's perspective on what they see happening this year. What do you think is going to happen in Central Florida's real estate market?
I think we're still on a nice uptick with the market. I mean, there's still inventory out there. We're going to see a lot more coming. It's funny because once the first of the year hit, we started getting calls, referrals coming in, people that are looking to sell. And as the rates come down, inventory is going to start to increase. And so we've got to get the buyers that are out there to look to buy now because, again, we don't want to get in bidding wars. You know, if you look at what rates are doing, if they do go down a little bit, it's going to cost me a little bit more money per month right now to buy.
Right.
But instead of, spending another $200 a month, then I'm going to have to spend another $20,000 over asking price to buy that house. So I'd rather spend $200 a month or $20,000 right now.
Is now a good time to buy? There are people on the sidelines right now renting, saying, I want to time it perfectly. Is now a good time to buy?
If there's always a crystal ball, I mean, I would say now's a good time to buy. Anytime's really a good time. It's all about what your reason is and what you're trying to do.
Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about a question that a lot of buyers have. And buyers know how to get on the internet now, of course. They know how to go to these websites. They're searching for homes by themselves. And on these websites, obviously there's a listing agent. And it becomes easy to send an email to the listing agent and go see the property. And a buyer has to make a decision. Do I want to get my own agent to go show me properties, or do I go directly through that listing agent on whatever website they're on? It's a tough question. What are your thoughts? What advice do you have to the buyers out there?
If you've got an agent you're working with, be dedicated to them because there's a lot of work that goes into the background, and that is how we get paid, by helping you secure home ownership. And if you go in and click, I want to see the house, and all of a sudden, then you go back to your agent. Now you're, number one, your agent's not even seeing the house. They don't even know what they're negotiating, but you've also wasted the time of the other person that's there. Just talk to your agent, show them the property you want to see, get a time set, and go out and show. And it's better to have buyer representation. You know, if I'm working with the seller and you're coming to me to buy it, my best interest is in the seller. I don't represent you.
Yeah, I agree. And having a buyer's agent doesn't cost you any more money whatsoever. The seller has to pay the total real estate commission, both on the sell side and the buy side. So I have no problem with you having your own agent. I mean, occasionally I'll see someone who will have one agent kind of handle both sides. I don't know. I'm split on it a little bit.
We do it often, but it's a bias on the negotiations.
And then lastly today, I want to talk about the people out there who are thinking about selling. They said, Justin, I think this market is going to crash next year. I think now is the time for me to sell, but my gosh, we're getting an offer in 3 days. I don't need to hire a real estate agent to sell my house. I'm going to do for sale by owner. What do you tell that person?
What do I tell that person? It all depends on what their scenario is. I mean, have they sold before? Have they, I've got some friends who've sold a ton of properties that they want to do it on their own. But when we're negotiating for you, we're negotiating for your best interest, not just, we take the emotions out of it and we make it a business.
Yeah. What about a pool? People say, I'm going to buy a house, but I don't want a pool. Or a lot of people, especially the family, say, I absolutely must have a pool. How does having a pool affect the value of a home?
You're not going to get dollar for dollar, for a pool when you put it in, but it's a nice selling feature. We're in Florida, unless I live on Bear Lake and I can, come home and jump in the water, I want to be able to have something to look at. I mean, that's for me, because our kids, when we first moved into our house, they were in the pool every day. Now it's random. We're in it maybe once a year. but I like to sit back and enjoy the water feature out there.
So the house you just showed me on Bear Lake, a little over $1.5 million. If
Yeah.
that same house is somewhere else and not on a lake, what would it cost?
You'd probably be $1.3 million.
So it does make a difference, but not that much, I guess.
Yeah, the lakefront lots, you're probably going to spend $600,000-700,000 on it.
Yeah.
There's one on there, ironically, for over $1 million. It's a teardown, and it's been on there for quite a while.
Yeah, good deal.
But they're the ones that are dreaming.
Don't be a stranger this year, Todd.
Yeah,
Good to see you,
appreciate
brother.
you.
Keep up
Thank
the
you.
good work. We'll keep following your
Yep.
successes. You're killing it out there in the real estate
Thank
world.
you.
Good to see you. Here's what we will do. One last quick break. When we return, as we continue to tour different areas of Central Florida and the real estate market in each, we're going to go to Ocala. And for the first time this year on the new set, Elisha Lopez, Ocala Realty World, as You Have Real Estate continues. You were complaining about your electricity bill, and I don't blame you. But the reason why your electricity bill is so high may be something you didn't know. Your windows, joined by my good buddy and the man over at Renewal by Anderson, Dan Brigman. Dan, it's just a fact. Bad windows, old windows, are killing people's electricity bill. Why is that?
100%. There's several main reasons, Justin. One is the technology. If you got old windows, they don't have up-to-date Energy Star technology. Number two, if you've got old windows, there's a lot of places windows can leak. Most folks didn't know that when the AC turns on, a suction is created in the house. Well, guess what? You're sucking in hot, warm air through the broken seals of the windows. And on top of that, we've got sun hitting and, of course, radiant heat leaving the house.
Special deal for you, actually. If you take out your phone, hit the QR code on the screen right now. I will connect you directly with Dan, who will offer you
A 12-month no-no and also a 24-month no-no. But the biggest is our 20% off offer that we have not had in quite some time. I didn't think we were going to have it before the end of the year. So.
Dan Brigman, excellent job as always. Here's how it works. Look, if you do the program where you pay for the windows over time, you're going to save money on your electricity bill, where it's all going to balance out. Windows for free, essentially. Do yourself a favor. Visit Renewal by Anderson today. I would never kick off a new set without inviting our very good friend, Elisha Lopez, Ocala Realty World. Welcome to the new set. What do you think? I mean, we designed it thinking you would like it. I hope you do.
Absolutely love it.
Good.
This is our office.
Oh, yes, that's right. Yeah, we designed it after your office for sure. Here's what I'm going to do, first of all. If you are interested in buying a house in the Ocala area, the Marion County area, huge bang for your buck. I have a QR code on the screen right now. Just take out your phone. It'll connect you directly with Elisha, and she'll show you what is on the market right now, not just to live, but also to invest. Investing up in that area has really blown up recently with all the World Equestrian Center, all the horse stuff. People are making money on buying investment real estate and renting the houses out up in Ocala. But Elisha, you have a prime example here. And this isn't Ocala, but it's Citrus County, which is kind of southwest of there, of the price differential when you look at Orlando real estate versus the real estate up in your neck of the woods. This house, stunning. A stunningly beautiful, like perfect looking house in Citrus Hills in Citrus County, Terra Vista. Tell me about this property, first of all.
So it's a gated community, and it used to be like out absolutely in the middle of nowhere. But as construction and everybody's moving out that way, it's starting to get more populated. But it's just gorgeous. It's a private golf community. The property has a sun deck, 3.5 with a 2-car garage. I mean, just like every possible feature you could think of, it's included. It's only $710,000.
$710, and this is what I want to talk about. So this house at 710, which is about an hour, maybe 20 minutes from where we're sitting right now in Orlando. What would this cost in Orlando, do you think?
At least $1.5 million.
$1.5 million for this. We're talking almost half price and an hour and 20 minutes away, and a different lifestyle too. The people are different up there. The way of life is just different. How would you describe the pace of life up that way?
Definitely more laid back. I mean, it's a retiree's dream in a sense, where you have all the amenities. You're still close to everything. The water, Rainbow River is not that far away. So you've got all this great outdoor stuff, but you've got all the amenities in the neighborhood.
Am I the only, I'm 44 now, and you do a lot of work in the villages as well. If you have any interest in property there, Elisha's the person to talk to. Am I the only person that thinks the village is actually cool though, my age? When I get there, I'm like, I could understand why everyone loves it here. The villages is like cool.
It is.
Everyone's
Yeah.
driving their golf cart. They're at the bar. Like I was there, I think at 10:30 a.m. getting lunch, and the bar was packed with
That's
people.
why it's so fun.
I was shocked and also very impressed and very happy. It made me want to move there. I could see me moving there when I get a little bit older. I just like that whole part of Florida, part of the world, really. It's nice. We were talking about Apopka earlier, though, too, today, and you actually have a listing in Apopka. Tell me about this property. I know it's your friend Melissa's, one of your agents, Melissa's listing here, right in Apopka. Tell me about this property.
It's a 4-2 two-car garage, and I mean, it's move-in ready. It's beautiful and has a really nice backyard. But one of the really cool parts is the HOA is only $52 a month.
Oh, 52 bucks?
I know you need to like that one.
I do like that a lot. And Apopka, again, one of those places a little tucked away where you can still get a bang for your buck. And again, 3 Odd Guys Brewing's there too, which is a hugely important place to visit.
Yes.
If you'd like to see either of these properties, 2 ways I can show them to you right now. You could go see them this weekend if you want. QR code is on the screen. Take out your phone and it'll go directly to Elisha and she'll connect you. Or call the phone number on the screen, 407-205-0400. Earlier in the show, we were talking a little bit about predictions in some way about 2024 in the real estate market. I think people are confused. I think that you might be confused about what's going to happen real estate-wise because you read these articles about the market's going to collapse. It's been going up for 2 years. It's going to be an awful year. I don't think so, Elisha. What do you see happening in 2024?
Well, I love what you said, confused.
Yeah.
Because that is like the perfect, I didn't even think about that, but that's the perfect example of what's going on. So fence sitters, and they are confused. They're like, do we buy?
Yeah.
Do we sell? Do we wait? And it's like somebody needs to just like jump and make the move.
Right.
Because everybody's just sitting around like waiting for somebody else to do something. I mean, it's going to happen eventually, but the sooner the better because it'll benefit both sides.
A lot of people will look at inventory. How much inventory is on the market to dictate what kind of market we are in? How are we looking inventory-wise right now?
I mean, inventory is still low. Properties are hitting the market, but the key is being priced right. And something that I just realized looking at the stats for last week is that properties are still getting listed overpriced. And so how do we know it's overpriced? Well, the market dictates it. And if they're not going pending, then they're overpriced.
And I think maybe the last couple of years we've bred a system of overpricing. I think people were like, well, I'm just going to shoot for the stars because the market was going up so quickly. But at some point, no matter what the market looks like, you can overprice, and then that can make your listing go stale. And we always sort of caution against overpricing. Why do we not want someone to overprice their house?
Well, it just lets the consumer know right away if you're a serious seller or if you're trying to put as much money in your pocket and not, like wanting to move the property fast, because once you see it's been sitting on the market, you think, oh, they're not serious and they're not going to negotiate with us.
Very, very true. Elisha Lopez, look forward to doing television with you this year. It's going to be a great year. We're going to have the best year yet. How was that?
Love it.
Any questions about real estate in Ocala, Marion County, anywhere up in that part of Florida? Elisha will take great care of you. I promise. QR code here, phone number on the screen. Hey, special thanks to our amazing crew here for building out the set. An idea turned into reality so quickly. And thank you. See you again next week for more You Have Real Estate.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.